There we go. Hello, everybody. This is Friday, so this must be the Friday support call. I'm Stephen Carlson, and our host this week is Wei, or Wai-Hin Chan, and she is a fellow Sedona Method coach in training. We are about to be certified. Exciting, exciting. And well, we were having a lovely conversation about coffee this morning, but the brief introduction is that Wei got her start with the method during a pre and postpartum crisis, and she's been using it since and had a career in healthcare and now works as a full-time certified coactive coach. So thank you for hosting, Wei. I am happy to turn over the call and the microphone to you. Thank you for hosting.
Amazing. Thank you so much for all the work that you put into making these calls possible. Stephen, we really appreciate it. And I know that I benefit greatly from participating, but also facilitating. So great big thank you to you. To everybody else also, welcome. I am feeling incredibly privileged to be here with you all. And I know that time is precious for everyone. Just as a quick intro, I'm making this call from my home office in Toronto, Canada, and it is noon here. And yes, I'm a crazy plant lady, as you can see from my background. It's just a really good way for me to get grounded in nature because I live in a condo. I'm way up. I took a mortgage to have space in the air. Well, I'm one of those. So anyhow, welcome. The way the call is going to go is I would like to go right into the calls, into the hands that are up. I see 3. I am absolutely going to work through them all, but I also want to just maybe ground us a little bit, maybe just taking a moment for us to just settle into the space that we're in, for you all and also me to connect into the way I am supposed to be showing up today. Okay. If you want to get in touch with me, please feel free. Stephen has been very kind. He's put the connection to my website on there. I am happy to support anyone's unfolding and anyone's beingness because, we're all here to walk each other home. All right. So let's begin. Right. Just take a moment and just be. And just be. And just notice right now what is asking or maybe demanding your attention. What are you connected to? Any anticipation on how you're going to show up on this call? The dying question to be facilitated through? Any expectations of how the call might go for you and for us? Just notice it. And then notice what else you're connected to. How's your body feeling in this moment? Just notice any tightness, any contractions, any pulsations, any vibrations that are asking to be noticed by you. Notice also anything that is loosey-goosey in your body. The sense of freedom and openness. Where does it live in your body? What happens when you take a breath? Does it feel like, oh, tight? Or does it feel loose? It's okay. We're just noticing it. We're just connecting. We're just connecting to this moment through your body and mind. And then notice also your environment. How are you connected to your environment? And what does that mean to you? For some of us, the environment is the world, like the whole entire planet, right? For some of us, that's really on our mind. And it brings up a lot of stuff. Notice that. For some, the environment is the work. Some is the living room. Some is the couch. And for some, is the environment is limited to what's in our head, our thoughts. Just notice, connect to that. And of course, for some of us, it's all of the above, or maybe none of the above. We're really somewhere else, and that's okay too. Notice that. And in this moment, right now, who are you? What are you? Just connect to that. And just notice any attachment or any rejection. Just notice. And in this moment, notice how perfect you are. Notice how you are love itself. And then notice what came up in your mind when you heard that you're perfect and that you're love itself, that you are exactly what you're seeking. Just notice it. Notice also what came up. Notice any attachment, any wanting more of it, or any rejection, any pushing away. Notice also any energy around, let's get moving, the wanting to change what is happening right now. You are whole, you are welcome, and I am so delighted to be here with you. All right. Let's get to those mind-body questions. The first hand I see up here, and I just want to assure you, I know, 10 minutes have passed, but I want to assure you we will have time for everyone. Just notice what comes up with you. And when I call on you, let me know if you want to do work, if you want to work one-on-one, or if you are open to a group release when I ask for that. And just be honest with yourself. Really take the time. This is our time together. And I ask that you are very honest about what you feel you want to honor within yourself. Okay, I'm here. And you're here, and we're here together. All right. So the first hand that's up is Michael Stewart. If you could unmute yourself and let us know what's here for you.
Good morning, Wai. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good, thanks.
Okay, so I would like a check-in, and yeah, I was very taken with your question with who are you? Yeah, so just wanted to share that.
Okay. Is there anything else that is here for you that you'd like to?
I'd like to just explore what's here actually, just to find out.
Okay. All right. And I think that if you're open to that, that'd be really great for everybody else to take a moment to explore that. If you're open to it. If not, then you're going to be, for everybody else, you're going to be in the space that you're in, okay? So, Michael, you'd like to explore what is here. And
Yes.
so maybe give me some words around what is your experience, what is here for you. And everybody else, same thing. Try and use, check in, what is here for you? What is that experience like for you?
I would say there's some tightness.
Okay. And where is that tightness?
A torso and the thighs.
Did you say eyes?
No, thighs.
Oh, thighs, torso and thighs. Okay.
Eyes too.
Okay. So wherever the tightness is, or whatever other sensations other people might be feeling, can you just notice them? Just notice whatever that sensation is, wherever it is in your body. And notice it some more. And even more. And notice any changes that might be happening or any new sensations that might be coming in. We're going to take a bit of time for all of us to experience that. And just take another moment and just notice what is here for you. Notice the sensations that are appearing in your body, and just notice them some more. Notice the locations. Notice the quality. And when we talk about quality, that's usually the descriptors like tight, numb, okay? The quality, sharp. And as you're noticing the quality, notice the mind's propensity to come up with a label. How does your mind label how your body experiences this moment? And then notice also the habit of making a story or belief around it. And then take a moment and notice if there's any wanting that came up with this experience. And whatever the want is, notice it. Really notice it. Okay. Notice as you connect to the want behind your experience in this moment. Notice what is happening to the sensations that you are experiencing in your body. Notice what happened to any of the thoughts, the stories that came up in this experience of now. And could you simply let it all go? Just let it all go. And if your answer is no, that's fine too. Could you let it all go? And would you let it go? And when? That's it. That's it. And take a moment and notice what is here for you. Is it welcome? Notice any wanting to hold on to it or wanting more of it. Notice also any rejection, any fear. And what if all of that is perfection? What if all of that is love? Notice also the mind's answer to that, whether or not that is love, whether or not that is perfection. Just notice that. And is that okay? Could you welcome that? Could you rest as that? Wonderful. Michael, you're not on the, are you still around? Yeah, I
Yes.
see you. How are you feeling?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I didn't realize we were doing a group release, so it was on different from what I was expecting. So yeah.
Were you able to follow along?
Yeah, I just find it more difficult, to be honest. So I mean,
Okay.
it's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not my preference. So yeah, it was useful.
Okay, so if you don't mind, could you just check in with that? Do you mind if we just kind of go through the difficulty of it being a group release?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Could we explore that?
Yeah.
Could you tap into the difficulty that you experienced? Could you tap into the
I think it's about
surprise?
focus. It's about focus. It's about a direct conversation with someone. Seems to require. Yeah,
Sorry,
seems to
right.
seems to require.
Sorry, could everybody else mute themselves? Okay. No,
There's a lot going on today. Yeah. So, like, funnily enough, as I was saying, it's about focus and concentration, I think.
Okay. Could you allow yourself all the focus and concentration that you think you need? Could you also allow all the distractions and the disappointments that you might be feeling?
Yeah. Do you know, I think it's really about groundedness. Groundedness and direct conversation. I think that's really what it is.
Okay, so could you allow yourself to have the direct conversation with yourself? Could you allow yourself to give you what you're seeking? Notice the wanting to connect external of yourself.
Yeah.
Notice, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a hard one, okay? That's a hard one. Notice also if there's any wanting to control how the connection happens.
Yes.
Notice it some more. And notice, is there any wanting that came up?
Yes.
Would you welcome that wanting some more?
Yes.
Some more, even more. Let it be here. Get to know it. Shake its hand. Give it a hug.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, exactly. And would you rather keep wanting that, or would you rather have it?
I have no idea. I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
Will you take some time to release on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for your honesty.
Thank you very much indeed. That was really useful. Thank you. Good catch.
Thank you. All right. Romana, please correct me if I'm not saying your name. What?
Romana, it's okay. It's okay. Don't.
Romana.
Romana.
Hi.
Hi,
Nice
how are
to
you?
meet you. Okay, what's here for you?
This was exactly what I needed. The intro and what you did with Michael, you already brought me to tears, so I released a lot. And I would like to work on, I've been single for about 7 years, and I've been working on myself, getting to know myself, getting to love myself more. But I still feel like there is like this, I don't know, I've met this man and we've been on and off, and like I realized that I was the one that was sabotaging. I wasn't ready. And I would like to open up more to but
Okay.
when you've talked about the love, and what I get is it's not the sadness, even though I'm crying, but it's like this gratitude of, overwhelming gratitude that I have this deep capacity to feel everything on a deep level. And sometimes it's hurtful.
Okay.
So I would like some help with that, please.
Okay. Well, take a moment. Take a moment. Whatever is here, whatever is coming through, it just is. Okay. I always find it interesting that we have to say, when we have tears through our eyes coming through, it's a very physiological thing that happens with our body, but we have to qualify whether it's sadness or not.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
just tears, right? Yeah. So take a moment and just notice that. Notice how there was a labeling of, oh, it's not sadness. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Right.
Could it be that it doesn't matter? It's just happening.
Yes.
Okay. The other thing that I'm going to ask you to do is this video is going to be available on YouTube, and what we just did before, the release around the wantedness of connection and seeking it outside of ourselves, I think that one there might be a really good one for you to cycle over.
I've done, yes, I will do that again. But
yes.
I realized that since I'm single, I've learned that I've learned a lot about myself, my parents, and it was like a gift, even with this person, that taught me how to love myself more, because I was I had this attachment, and I had like, yeah, I realized in this time I really started to loving myself, embracing whatever it's here, but it's just like it's this, I've become closer to myself. That's what loving myself.
Okay, so Romana, what I'm gonna, like, in this moment, what is your heart's, and dip in there, you're very much in your head around what you have done.
Yes, right. Thank you.
Right. So great. I think that's fantastic. You've done so well understanding yourself. Okay. And we continue to unfold and we'll continue to learn. So fantastic. And really, it takes a lot of courage to first of all, make the decision to love ourselves and to learn about ourselves. Okay. Intuitively, I'm pulled into asking you right now, in this moment, what is your heart's deepest desire?
Just to experience maybe more love, because I experience.
Okay. Do you need that because?
No. Just.
Okay. Could you restate that? Lock it in right now. What is your heart's deepest desire?
To just be.
And let that settle. You let that settle. For everybody else, same thing. What's your heart's deepest desire? To just be for you, Romana. And can you notice what came through for you? What did you experience when you said, I just want to be, my heart's deepest desire is to be? What came up?
This space is just peaceful space.
Okay. Will you allow yourself to just be with that peaceful space, and then notice how that shows up in the form of sensations? How then your mind tries to put labels on it. Just notice that. Just allow yourself to go into that space and just be the space. And notice it some more. And notice any hooks that come to mind around why you can't do this or why it's not possible. Notice any of those messages. And just notice them. You don't have to give in to them. You just have to notice them.
Okay.
Notice that spaciousness again. Notice that spaciousness as it shows up in your body-mind.
There's an underlying fear there.
Okay, could you notice that? Just notice that. Notice how it shows up for you, right? There's the label is underlying fear, but then notice like what happens. Is there an experience in your body that happens? Is there a specific part of your body that tightens up? Is
Yeah,
it
in my
a
stomach, yeah.
right? Yeah. Notice again. Notice some more. How does that underlying fear show up in your body? Okay. And then notice the thought that comes up with that underlying fear. What is it? Is it a sense of unworthiness?
No, it's not unworthiness.
Okay. Where is that fear coming from? What is that underlying fear? And if you need to put it in a wanting, then put in a wanting. Is it wanting security? Is it wanting approval? Is it wanting control?
Control, security, and
Okay.
separation.
Okay. Could you welcome all of that? You name them all. So welcome them all.
Yeah.
Welcome that wanting. And just like I said before, notice how it shows up for you, the wanting. Notice also the spaciousness. Notice the wanting. And notice the spaciousness. Notice the wanting. And notice the spaciousness. Excellent. What's here for you now, Romana?
It dissolved. It dissolved.
Mm,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
you're
And
very
thank you
welcome.
for the insights. Yeah, I try sometimes. I've been more in my head before, but I'm trying to connect to my heart and to listen. But you got me. You was spot on that I was in my head. Yeah.
There's no, you wouldn't be human if you weren't in
Yeah,
your head,
I know.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's okay. You know, it's okay. You could let go of that judgment of I'm in my head. We all are, right? The practice is in letting go of wanting to change that or letting go of wanting it to be different, right? And so you have this option of noticing that you are that space that you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
All
very
the
much.
best. No,
Thank
no,
you.
my
You're
pleasure. Thank you. All right, Bobby, you're next. If you could unmute yourself. I love that, Bobby's heart.
Yes. And all of your hearts here too, with Lester's heart. It's wonderful to be with you for the first time. And yeah, a thank you to Stephen too, for being such a in service organizer. And congratulations on becoming a teacher, Wai. That's wonderful.
Oh,
It's
okay,
really,
thank you.
yeah,
I
yes.
appreciate that.
So I want to do money, the currency, the flow. Let's see. So when I work with my money goal, I'll work with it, release with it for a while, and then I'll be like, let it drop off. And then so as I was releasing along with Michael and Ramona, and thank you so much for your courageousness, take me in deeper. I noticed what kept occurring on the mind was I'm not free to be and do what I want because I don't have the money.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so what?
Okay, I'm done. Thanks.
right? I mean, it, really, I mean, is there ever enough money to do anything, right? Like, how much do you want to buy into that story that you can't be free because you don't have money? Just notice
Thank
your,
you.
notice the
I want to buy
attachment.
into that. I want to buy into that as much as I want for just a second. I want to feel that clutching. Okay.
Feel it, feel it.
Yes.
And everybody
Yes.
else too, because I do not know a single person, even the richest people that I've worked with, they don't have enough. Okay, like honestly, like and part of my healthcare practice career, I did a lot of care in the ICUs for after traumas, as well as, you know, end of life stuff. And I'm telling you, like when it comes to money, we just don't have enough. Or if we feel we have enough, there's always going to be people around us who are going to make us feel like we don't have enough. So get in touch with that money story, everybody. And get in touch also with the connection that we have all bought into around our freedom and our dreams are connected, are enabled by whether or not we have money or not, or whether we have enough of it or not. And just notice the connection. I'm going to do something a little bit radical around the connection with that story of your freedom connected to money. Notice the connection and then notice where that connection came from. Right now, make that connection. Where did it come from? If you need, if it's an individual, notice the individual. If it's a story, notice a story. If it's the social media influencer, notice that. Okay. And is that connection true and real right now? Is it here right now?
Nada.
Right.
Oh, but
Check again.
I'm loving the memory. My mind is just ruminating like on my father. It's so fun.
Yeah, so have a party with that. Have a party with that memory. Okay, right now, welcome it. Have tea with it, whatever you need. Like cheer with it, with whatever. Right now, in your head, have a party. Put on a party hat on you and your dad. Go for it.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's dissolved. That's cool. Yeah.
Right. Let's lock it in though. Is that true right now? Is that happening right now?
No.
Okay. Your dreams, your freedom. Let's go there.
Okay.
Your dreams and your freedoms. Everybody else as well. What does that look like in this moment? What does that feel like in this moment? Let's notice it. Let it express itself. Let it dissolve any held blockages. And notice a sense of it's my freedom. Notice the personalization. And then notice any attachment or rejection to your own freedom, to your successes. Notice again the attachment, the wanting more of it. Notice also the rejection and any stories that are related to that push and pull. Could you let it all go? Could you let go of the personalization of my freedom, my dreams? And just notice the spaciousness, the laughter that came through you. Notice that. Notice the spaciousness again. Are you that? And if your mind just kind of, what do you mean, am I that? It's okay. Notice that too. Notice that scratchiness of the mind that comes in. Let's lock it in. Will you notice you're wanting freedom? And could you let go of the wanting freedom and just have it instead? Could you let go of the wanting? Would you let go of the wanting? And when? Awesome. How's that, Bobby? Awesome. Feels complete?
It does. And it was just so beautiful how I just felt the field of everybody here, like the oneness of everybody releasing together. And that's really what made this shift. Like Lester says, it's the togetherness.
Always.
Thank you so much for the facilitation.
You're very welcome. My honor, honestly. All right. Next person in line here is Sanjana. Help me out with your name, please.
Hi, my name is
Hi.
Sanjana.
Sanjana. Nice to meet you. What's here for you?
Sadness.
And what do you want to do with that sadness?
Want to break from it.
Okay. And notice that then, right? Notice that thought. I want to break from it. And so what if you did break from it? What's possible if you broke from it? If you allowed yourself, instead of wanting to break from it, you just broke from it.
Happiness.
Notice that. Notice what's showing up. Yeah. Could you allow the sadness to be as it is? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, wonderful. We're going to do this a few times, okay? And yes or no is perfectly fine. We're just going to connect. This is a beautiful thing about the Sedona method. It's a really wonderful way of rewiring the limbic system. Okay? With the sadness, could you allow it to be as it is? Yes or no?
No.
Beautiful. One more time. Could you allow the sadness to be as it is?
No.
Could you notice the wanting to change it?
Yes.
Notice the wanting to change it some more. Notice whether it's a strategy around keeping you safe, keeping it away. Notice any physical or metaphorical walls that are in place to keep the sadness away. Notice any thoughts or stories that are attached to this overwhelming sense of sadness. And then also notice how this sadness shows up for you. Notice how it shows up in sensations in your body, in labels around the emotions. Notice the thoughts and the stories. Take your time, just notice it. And then could you notice them some more? Sometimes they kind of come like a tsunami, right? The sensations and the thoughts and everything else just sort of come at you. Just notice. Notice them all. And I'm going to ask you again to really notice those sensations in your bodies and whatever your body needs to do. Okay. That's it. Notice the sadness again and notice how it shows up. And then notice, especially we're going to focus now on the wanting to change it. And notice how the wanting to change it, to change your experience of the sadness, has a tendency of just blocking. It becomes a mind thing. Could you just let go of the wanting and just let the sensations through? Could you drop wanting to change sadness? Yes or no?
No, I can't.
Okay, so could you hold on the wanting to change the sadness? Hold on to it really tight. And will you allow yourself to hold on to the sadness for as long as you feel the need to hold on to the sadness?
Yes.
Good, good. And again, is that yes or no? Right into the limbic system, okay? Let's do that again. Will you allow yourself to hold on to the sadness for as long as you need to?
Yes.
Beautiful. And will you allow yourself to want to change it as much as you want to change it?
Yes.
Would you hold on to the sadness as tightly as you do? And could you hold on to the wanting to change it as much as you do?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Do you notice that freedom with you saying yes to that?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I would encourage you to re-listen to the video and fast forward to this section. And really the exercise is really just noticing how sadness shows up and then noticing in the moment whether you're rejecting it or not, whether you want to change it or not, and just allowing. Part of the Sedona method is also the process of allowing what is happening to just happen. And it's happening anyways, right? So the question here, the process here for you is, will you allow yourself to experience the sadness as you do? Will you allow yourself to hold on to it as you do? And then could you also allow yourself to change it, to wanting to change it as you do?
Yes.
And yes, it feels really hard. It feels really impossible at times. And, you know, stuff kind of gets here. It kind of gets stuck here, right? But that released
Yeah.
for you. It released. Yeah. Good. Awesome.
Yes,
Is this a
that's
good spot?
relief.
I'm sorry?
That's a relief. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Is this a good spot to stop for us?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Lisbeth, hello.
Hi, hello. Congratulations
Oh, thank
for
you.
instructorhood.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yes.
I mean, we'll see what comes up with all of that,
Yes.
right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had to really check in on my expectations on that, and I have. So we'll see what happens.
So my question is today, it's about, well, I already released a lot with Bobby actually, because it's about freedom, or maybe about wanting freedom, and about that there's always something, actually, since I became a mother, which is exactly this week 40 years ago, that kind of keeps me from going free. In all kind of situations, I feel that I'm kind of not allowed to go free, not allowed to be totally, boundless and let everything go, because there may be one moment that I need to be there,
Mhm.
And that's something that happened by becoming a mother, or, a parent, I could say. I don't know,
Mhm.
so dads who feel the same thing. And it's kind of sometimes I do notice that I use it as an excuse. So I'm aware of using it as an excuse. And on the
Sorry,
other hand,
hold
so
on. What,
strong
just to have clarity, what are you using as an excuse?
that I cannot go free because I need to be kind of alert for, I need that there can always be a moment that I need to be there for my son.
Mhm.
Even though he's grown up and old and whatever, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's kind of it's a sensation I have since I am a mother. And before that, I felt a lot more free, actually. And sometimes I do experience this freedom, and letting go of all the wants, and but this thing is withholding me. I feel that very strong. I would like to
Okay.
release on that.
Okay. There's quite a story here, right?
Oh yes.
And it's a universal one. Absolutely,
Yeah, and
is a universal
I
one.
lost a sister. I lost a baby sister, and I almost lost a baby brother. So I already understand what it comes from, where it comes from. Yet still, even though that happened, and it's of course a story because it's in the past, I would still
Okay.
like to, be
Yeah,
free
yeah.
with that story.
Oh, okay, so where I was going with that is asking you, so what is it that you want?
To feel the freedom that I felt before I was a mom.
Okay.
Yeah, this boundless freedom of wherever you go, whatever happens, everything is open and free.
Mhm.
It's kind of a homesickness to that feeling that I know that feeling. It's not something I just long for. It's there.
Where there? Where's there?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Just check right now. You know it.
Yeah.
You know it. You know it. And I know you know it. So it's there. Where's there? Just look. Where is there?
It's actually here.
Oh, so there is here?
Yes. It's actually here. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So could you allow it to be here? And could you allow yourself to experience it? You might need to hear me say that it won't change because you're a mother. You can still be a mother and experience this, that if you allow yourself to experience this freedom, your title and your role as a mom will always be there. So I want to assure you that, but just in this moment, allowing yourself to see the freedom and to feel the freedom and to experience the freedom is not putting your motherhood and your motherness at risk. So
I don't
hopefully your
believe.
mom, I know you
don't
don't.
believe.
But you notice that's why I went into it. So I don't believe it. Notice that. Notice that. I don't believe it. Because that right there was a big resistance. You were like, there's a lot of resistance to go to kind of noticing there is really here. And then when I said, what does that feel like? Big wall went up, right? That's why I kind of went, oh, we've got to create space for you to know that your motherness does not go away. For this exercise, right? So, but you notice, I'm glad you connected to, I don't believe it. Great. Don't believe it. Own that. I don't believe it. I don't believe that I can experience freedom right now and still be mom. Okay. Or a version of that. That might be, for other people who don't know me, that might sound really harsh. So take it in your own words. Whatever that disbelief is, own it, welcome it, experience it. Okay. I'm going to say it again because I just want you to be in the experience. Notice the block that came up around whether or not you could experience freedom and not lose the motherness. What is that? What is that block? Find your words, find your energy to connect it. Find the sensations in your body that come up with that block.
There's a story that for this life, I won't be free.
Okay.
That's, like,
okay.
as
So
if that's kind of a rule or a,
okay. So
Yeah.
could you welcome that story that in this life, you're not going to be free?
Because of being a mom.
Okay. I mean, you sounded really sure with that, right? That you cannot be free in this life because you're a mom. So why fight it?
Because I was born with this free sense of freedom and the knowing and the knowing
Right.
that I'm free.
Right. Now check the other truth. You know that is one truth.
Yes.
One, right? Now check the other truth that in this life, you cannot be free. Even though you were born free, you cannot be free. Check in with that. And go back. But I was born free. And notice all the energy that comes up with that, with the line, I was born free. I was born as knowingness. Notice that energy. Notice the sensations in your body. Notice the thoughts. And then let's go to the other side of that coin. But I can't have freedom, not in this lifetime. Check that energy. Check what's happening, what is present with your sensations and your stories and your thoughts. And just notice. You're free. You're not free. You're free. Nope, you're not free. You're free. Oh no, you're mom. You're free. You're mom. You're free. And you're mom. You're free. And you're mom. You're free. And you're mom. What's going on? What's present for you now, Elizabeth?
Well, I feel a lot of guilt, and at the same time, I really enjoy the holistic, because it's okay that both is there. Actually, that's what I notice. Yeah, that it's okay that both is there. There's the guilt, and the guilt is the being a mom is the guilt of, my child shouldn't suffer, and when I have a child who's not doing well, I don't want to feel free or well or whatever. So it's that feeling of feeling kind of guilty. So it's a well-known feeling for me. And then, but what I really, and what is new for me now, and what I really like with this release is that it's both allowed for, that it's both welcomed. It's both part of everything, so that the feeling of mom and guilt is already freedom as well. Sort of.
Right. Yeah. Are you okay to maybe go a little bit more on this?
Oh, yes, if I don't take up too much time.
No, well, we've got two hands up. I promise I'll get to everyone. Natalie and Marie-Françoise, that your hands are up and I see them. Okay, so you say guilt. Just check. Is it guilt? Is it grief?
Both.
Okay.
I was born as a twin. No, I was not born as a twin, but I started off as a twin. So there's a sense of I'm alive and the other one is not. And so that's the story that I.
Okay, so guilt and grief from very early on are very intertwined for you. Okay. Could you welcome that for you, guilt and grief are labels that are, and energies that are very intertwined?
Yeah.
Okay. And could you notice how fuzzy the line is around the guilt and the grief that in many ways is carried in your body? And just notice, if you could take a moment to just notice.
It's just one kind of energy.
Notice that energy.
Yeah.
Notice any wanting to hold on to that energy.
Yeah.
And notice also a pushing away of that energy. Notice how the energy shows up for you.
Yeah.
And notice how it's very ancient. It's an energy, right? It's an energy that became part of you even before you were born. So could you allow that? Could you allow that? And if you need to trace it back, you're in a cozy, floating, warm womb. And such a tragedy can happen. And notice how that has informed and how that is connected to now and the underlying fear.
Yeah.
Okay, of being a mother.
Yeah. Losing.
Because
yeah. Losing.
That's right.
That person. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So as a mother, losing a child, that's a real story that lives in you.
Yes, it does.
Okay. And just check right now, though. Is that what is happening right now?
No. It's very old.
Oh,
Yes.
Could you allow that story to exist?
Yes.
Could you allow your attachment to it and your identification to it to just be as it is?
Yeah.
That's right. And just notice that it's not you as a mom story, but see the connection, see the energy.
Mm-hmm.
See also the knowingness of that freedom.
Yeah.
And could you allow that freedom to also be here?
Yes.
Could you allow the story related to the loss, the grief, the guilt that you experienced even before you were born? Could that energy be allowed to be here?
Yes.
Could you also allow your fear of losing your own son, your own child?
Yeah.
That's a harder one.
Yes.
Just the fear, with allowing the fear, not the actual loss, just the fear.
Yes.
Could you allow all the feelings of guilt as a mom to be here?
Yes.
Could you also allow the freedom, the love, the oneness?
Yes.
Could you rest as the love that you are?
Yes.
How is it for you now?
Yes. I feel very emotional, but very grateful for this release.
Yeah, the emotionality is that's some good unlocking there.
Yes.
So be gentle with yourself and let me know if you need another call, okay?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, just you know how to reach me.
Sure.
Is this a good spot for you to be with
Yes.
that
Yes.
emotionality?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
excellent. Okay,
Thank
be
you so
gentle
much.
with yourself in the next little while.
Yeah.
Lots of water.
Yeah.
All right. Natalie.
Hi, Wei.
Hi. How's it going?
Oh, I just had a lot of tears coming up on this call, but I wanted to ask you, I need some assistance to release. Something happened this morning, and I found myself it became very personal, and I felt a lot of wanting safety around a person, and I felt that I need to either take action or avoid it or not say anything, not say anymore, not to stir any more trouble. I felt like a person would come after me and attack me if I said anything, even though it's not very realistic. But my thought just took me there, that it's very unsafe and I cannot speak what I feel is the truth. And it's going to come back and hurt me in some way. And it also
Okay.
triggered a memory from 7th grade where that actually happened, where I said something and somebody made it very difficult for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a lot of fear around people, and not like I'm afraid to speak up what I feel is the truth, at least my truth.
Okay. So notice the wanting to speak up. Okay, just notice that I want to speak up, but I don't feel safe to do so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That wanting to speak up. What is that? Just kind of check in a little bit around like the story that you had around when you were younger, right? This morning. All of that happened, absolutely. If we just focus on the wanting to speak up, what is that for you? You know, any wanting control, any wanting approval, wanting security, wanting love.
Wanting approval.
Okay. And just go back again to the wanting to speak up and just notice how it shows up for you. Because this is that initial thing that you're going to notice the next time. Okay. When you want to speak up, when something is happening and you want to speak the truth, how does that show up in your body?
Like wanting to protect myself.
Okay, but going to the sensations, like what happens with your body? Do you tend to get like a choking sensation in your throat, or like I can't swallow, a tightness in your chest, a beating heart, sweaty palms, like something happens in your body because you're being called to speak the truth.
I definitely had a lot of throat tightness a couple of
Okay.
minutes ago.
Yeah, so just notice that throat tightness, okay? And then when that comes up, what comes next in your head? So this is a sensation. This is a trigger of, something is happening neurophysiologically. This is the piece around, I need to speak up. I need to speak the truth, right? So I need to speak. This kind of gets a little bit tight. And then the very next thing comes up is a thought.
Like I need to release that tightness.
Okay. And then what happens after that? Do you release or do you do something else?
Well, I never noticed this before, but a couple of minutes ago, where my throat was very tight, I was just humming to release like the sound.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so to me, the Sedona method, again, is just super powerful around just noticing our patterns of habits. And our patterns of habits develop we think that we're in control of our reactions. We really aren't. So just noticing that. And you took care of yourself. You knew that, oh, I have to release. And you found a way to release through humming. Okay. So then now, if we could just go a little bit deeper around the belief behind it, the thought behind all of that, the wanting. Just notice the wanting and how it shows up.
I don't even know what to say. I feel like I'm not really sure what's happening right now.
Okay, go back into your body. What are you feeling in your body? What are the sensations that are showing up? And if you're locked up, that's a sensation as well. Like, I am not feeling anything.
I feel like I got it all wrong. Like something is off, and I don't know.
That's a head. That's a thought. I'm going to interrupt you. We're going to go right into your body. What sensations are present right now? I feel like I got it wrong. That's a thought, right? That's your mind. That's the stuff that just kind of runs us. But let's just check.
There's more of the throat tightness coming in.
Okay. Could you notice that throat tightness? Okay. Really notice the sensations around the throat tightness. Notice the thoughts that come up. Notice the story or the belief. Notice also your mind's propensity to judge itself that maybe you got it wrong. Maybe you want to move on to something else. Just notice that.
Yeah, that triggers more throat tightness.
Yeah. Exactly. But that's it though, right there. That's your hook. This happens, and then something like, no, we can't be with this. This is too uncomfortable. So I'm gonna do something else. And then as you do something else, this gets worse. So could we just stay with this? And if you can't stay with it, notice what takes you out of it and whether or not it really takes you out of it, because our minds are so beautifully smart that we can, we lie to ourselves because we don't want to feel any discomfort, right? So it's easy to kind of go, oh, I think I got it wrong.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm using words, but I know that you're experiencing it. So just experience that. I know you're experiencing it. So just notice that connection. Okay, so let's come back to what was happening here. Okay. And then notice how then the thoughts came in around jumping forward, around how I'm not going to be safe if I say something. I want to say something. It's the truth. The mind comes in, don't you effing dare, because it's unsafe. You're going to be in trouble. So it's jumping you forward. And then the mind will look for evidence in the past to prove that point. Okay, so you can't help but shut this down. But the exercise around the Sedona method is just noticing that tightness happens. And these thoughts jumping forward happen. And your job is just to notice that. Okay, I'm going to say that again, and is a benefit for everybody else, especially for the recording. In any given moment, something has us present in the moment, but we have a tendency to ignore it. And our thoughts have a tendency, our mind has a tendency of taking us out of the moment, and then we jump forward into why we can't do the thing that we are inspired to do in the moment. And then the mind jumps back into history to look for the proof as to why we can't do the thing that we're inspired to do in the moment. Okay, so notice that. Yeah, you're going to have sadness because you're being inspired and you're being called to live your truth, and you're denying yourself. Okay, so notice that. And then notice the wanting of changing what is happening. And could you welcome that? Just notice the wanting to change what is actually happening right now.
I'm just so curious. I never felt this throat tightness, or if I did, I thought it was someone else's. I was feeling their tightness. I didn't know it was mine.
Or whose throat are you feeling it in?
I don't know. Every time I felt it, I thought I was picking up someone else's energy.
Well, and maybe, and that's fine. Then what do you do with it? Do you notice it? Do you go into your stories? Do you do something about it? Are you, do you jump into the thing, or can you be with it? Whether it's yours or not, do you allow yourself to be with it?
This is the first time I really felt it. And it's coming in waves.
And is that okay?
Yeah.
So could you allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling, to experience in the moment whatever shows up for you?
Yeah, sometimes it gets very strong and uncomfortable.
Could you notice any wanting to change that?
A little bit.
And could you let go of wanting to change it?
Yes.
Could you notice what is beyond those sensations of the throat tightening?
As far as my back is tight too. That's as far as I could touch.
Okay. And could you notice that tightness?
Yeah.
Could you notice any wanting to change it?
No, I can just feel it. It's okay.
Yeah, you can feel it. You absolutely can feel it. Mhm. Amazing. Amazing. What's here for you now?
I can feel my tear on my cheek.
Notice any wanting to change that.
And there's definitely thoughts coming in, like explaining what's happening.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
And welcome also any wanting to change, hold on, make sense. Welcome also any wanting to control, wanting approval, wanting security, wanting love.
There was a sense of wanting to make sense.
Yeah, could you welcome that?
Without trying to make sense.
Or if you need to make sense of it, then make sense of it and then welcome it.
Okay.
Could you also welcome that this is all freedom, that this is all love, that sadness is love, that feeling unsafe is also love. Wanting to speak up is love.
A little bit, yeah.
Could you, the little bit, could you let it be a little bit more?
I could.
And will you?
Yeah.
And when?
Someday.
Okay. That's okay. How's that?
Mm. There's a lot of strong sensations here.
You okay to keep noticing them and keep noticing your thoughts and keep noticing your wanting?
Yeah.
Could you continue to do this on your own?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right. I know, Stephen. I'll be okay. I think I'm okay.
If you're okay, I'm okay.
Awesome. Awesome. We had two hands earlier and we still have two hands. So we're gonna cap it at these two hands. Because I do have to feed my child at some point. Marie Francoise, how are you? And how can I help?
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Well, just a lot. I've been following along with the other releases and they were good, but they also like kicking up stuff. And instead of
Good.
going one by one, just kicking up mother stuff, letting go, not able to, feeling estranged and super sad about it, but not, I can't do anything about it, but it just feels awful. And health stuff and trying to stay positive, trying to love myself, not being able to, and so many money problems, not can't even take care of basic stuff. So it's not just can I be rich, but it's like, can I pay my bills? So it's all kind of like shameful and embarrassing and just frustrating, and it's all of it. And I'm just feeling overwhelmed by it all and just despairing in this moment. That's it, really. Just really under a lot of stress.
Yeah.
It's like it's going on and on and on. I just feel like I'm being flattened like a pancake by life, which I know is the victim thing, but I just I can't do anything about anything.
It's so brave of you. It's so brave of you to show this vulnerability.
I don't want to keep being brave.
No, and that's okay. So then don't be.
Be a
Then
brave
don't
person. I don't want to, because the more brave you are, the more shit you seem to get.
Well, then don't be. Okay. It's really shitty of you to be doing this. Does that help?
What do you
Whatever
mean?
you need. Well,
Oh,
don't be brave then. Yeah, I said brave, and you're like, I don't want to be brave. I'm like, okay, well then.
No, I don't mean it's not that. I'm not able to express it well.
No.
Forget it. I don't know how to express it well.
No. You are. The thing is, you are expressing it. And then I screwed up by putting words into it, and you reacted to the bravery thing. Right? So that's
Right.
okay. Yes, that's
It's similar,
okay.
yeah, people calling me strong or calling me a
Yes,
fighter. And it just
that's
doesn't feel
right.
good.
Right. The
Doesn't feel
middle
good.
fingers are ready to come out 100%. Yes,
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
get it.
This
So
doesn't feel good to me.
it's all right. And it's not all right.
Right.
It's all
Yeah.
right. And it's not all right. It's all right. And it's not all right. If you could allow yourself, keep on. I'm gonna try and use words once in a while.
No, I don't want you to feel like you can't say what you need to say. I didn't mean to react.
Okay. No. It's not that. I'm gonna kind of, it's not that I don't feel that I can say, because it's actually not me that's doing any of this, but I too struggle with the words, right? And what I didn't finish saying around the bravery bit is that is a social norm, right? You're strong, you're brave, you're facing it all. But what we don't make room for is the other side of it, is that if you're strong, then a lot of stuff get dumped on you. A lot of things come through. And then if you're strong, you also put on a strong front. And then there's that habit of not showing our vulnerabilities, right? So what is happening is what is happening. You're experiencing what you're experiencing. And if I wasn't in a role of a facilitator, I think I would hold space a little bit differently. Okay. But I want us to not worry about the words. And I want you to not worry about what your reaction, how I reacted to your reaction. It's just the things that happened.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever is here for you now, all of it, the whole dump truck full of it, all of it. Yes. Yes. It is welcome here. Yes. And more. Okay. More. Yes. All of it. And notice it in your body. Okay. Notice any wanting to stop that sobbing. Notice any clenching. Notice the body just needs to do what the body needs to do. Okay. And just notice your mind. If it's running interference, notice any wanting to change this. Notice any wanting it to stop.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Oh, of course. Like who? Yeah. Right? Yeah. So but notice that. Notice that in your own landscape. I mean, it's within your own landscape, but we also get it from out here as well, right? We don't necessarily get the opportunity to process our emotions. So you have the space now. Let it be. Again, let's check that dump truck again. What else? What else needs to be kind of dumped out? Okay, and then just notice how it is going through your body. Notice how your body processes it. Okay, and then notice your any propensity to stop it, to change it, to make a story out of it. And then notice any attaching it to any past events. And notice any, I should have done this when that happened. I should, okay, yes. Notice any fault finding. Yeah. And then notice a lifetime of sucking it up. That's one. That's another wave, right? Can we check the dump truck again? What's in there that needs to be dumped out? Yeah. Could you allow that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Could you allow also any thoughts, any stories? And then also notice how personal it all feels. Yeah. Notice a lifetime of this is about you. That this is my shame, this is my guilt, this is my disappointment. Notice again, okay? Notice again all the different sensations that are present right now. Could you welcome them? They're here anyways. Yeah, I know. It's been a lifetime of fighting them, of hiding them. Like a freaking lifetime of suppressing these. Could you welcome them? As hard as they are. And notice any wanting to change them. Any wanting to get out of this moment.
Yes.
Just notice it. Notice any wanting to stop it, to wanting to make it go away. Notice any wishing that it was different.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And notice all the thoughts that come up with all of these sensations. Notice all the beliefs. Notice all the stories and how far they go back.
Oh, to birth.
Could you welcome that? Could you welcome also how it all feels so personal, that it's about you, that you alone carry these. Mm-hmm. That you are affected by all of this.
Well, that's true. Nobody else but me.
Right. Welcome that. Notice that. Notice how personal it feels. Nobody but me. Mhm. Yeah. That's it. Can you notice the space that is coming, that is a little bit more possible now? There's a sense of spaciousness. I don't know if you are able to experience it or not.
A little bit.
Yeah, and honestly, I am good with a no. You know, if like seriously, like this, the whole Sedona Method thing is yes or no are both completely valid.
Well, then,
But
no.
Exactly. Like, yeah. Okay. So notice the heaviness. Notice that heaviness that has been a part of you for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep noticing it some more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's okay. Notice, give it, give it the time and the space. Notice that heaviness. Notice that darkness. Notice that burden. Notice how it shows up for you.
Yeah.
Could you welcome it? Just for a moment?
Yeah.
It's here anyways, right? You've been carrying it anyways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the question around could you welcome it? It's again around rewiring the limbic system, right?
Mm.
Could you welcome it?
Yes.
Could you notice how personal it feels?
Yes.
Could you welcome that? Could you welcome how personal it is?
Yes.
Could you also notice all the stories and the beliefs that have come up with this?
Yes.
And could you welcome them also?
No.
Great. Notice also what is here.
Go away.
Okay, notice, yeah, okay. I want it to go away. So notice
go
that.
Away.
I'm sorry?
I just don't understand why this all doesn't just go away. Like, what is this purpose?
Well, what if there is no purpose?
But it's fucking everything up. So great, no purpose. So it's just there to just ruin my life.
Right. So notice that reaction, right? the wanting. What is that wanting? Notice that wanting to control it. Notice that wanting to change it.
Yes.
Okay. Just could you really notice that and notice how it shows up in your body and in your mind? Because that was a lot of energy behind that, Marie-Françoise.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Notice the finding, the needing to have meaning about all of this and wanting it to go away. That energy ball.
But I don't
The
feel like I
want,
need to.
I'm sorry?
I don't really need to know the meaning, but I do want it to go away. If it doesn't have
Okay.
any meaning, then just go away. If it's sitting here on me all the time, I'm thinking, what is it? What is it? If it's nothing, then go away.
So it's that wanting it to go away. That's the exercise that we're working on, right?
Yes.
It typically is I want it to go away. And usually the human mind is when I don't want it to be here, is then I reject it and I put it off, right? And then I have a critical moment where it's just coming down at me and it is incredibly overwhelming. And it's the whole teaching around what you resist persists. So what we've been doing for the last few minutes is you being with this and being with it and being with it. Then your mind came in with, when will it just go away? And it was processing, it was coming, right? You were being with it. And then the mind came in with, when will it go away? And then did you notice how it then became, it gets in the way of everything? What is the point of it? And
Yes.
that is what, yes. So that is
Yeah.
what we do. Instead of being with, we are oftentimes rejecting or pushing away or try to change what is really just present. And what is present for you is a dump truck of a lifetime of stuff. And so using the Sedona method, I would say being with whatever that is showing up for you in the moment and just noticing. I think that what will be helpful is just noticing how your mind, your brilliant mind, comes in and hijacks you from the moment of just being with, right? Non-Sedona method around some of the healing stuff is we need to clear that so that we can actually have space for the inspirations for us to move forward. And really, at the end of the day, there is no moving forward. It's just being present. Okay, so I'm hoping that I am reaching the resistance of your mind and just, I'm trying to sell your point here around whatever you're feeling, whatever is present. The biggest facilitation point I can provide you is taking a moment and being with that. And then noticing how you so want it to be different.
Okay.
How are you feeling now?
Well, I feel like I shouldn't have said anything because now I'm back at square one.
Are you though back at square one? Just check. Just check.
Well, my
It's
mind is
okay.
telling me that there's so much work to do. So I feel like I'm at square one. Like but because I let it come in now, I have made no progress. It's like I keep doing everything wrong.
And check again. Is any of that true? Check. Really go back into your body, into your truth.
I don't know. It just feels true. I don't know. But in my body, I guess I just feel, you know, actually, I don't know.
And is that okay?
Yes.
Because that's it. You don't know. This is a new norm for you. Let it settle over the next couple of days, okay? And allow yourself that time to just be, as hard as it may be, if you could just be. And then just notice how when your mind comes in, it's, I shouldn't have said anything. There's a lot of should. There's a lot of wanting and there's a lot of should. And I think it's okay for you to practice some triple welcoming around just in the moment right now. What am I feeling? And then welcoming the sensations that are in your body, welcoming the thoughts, welcoming how personal it all feels. And just noticing that. Could you do that?
Yes, I think so. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you're very welcome. Be gentle. Try and be gentle with your body for the next little while. And it's okay. The mind isn't going to come in and all the stresses of the world and all the stories are going to be true again and again and again. And that's okay. But you can process it through and you can welcome it all and just keep at it. And I'm telling you, just notice it. And you're more than your stories. Yeah, you really are. You're more than your stories. And I survived this, so I know it to be true. Triple welcoming every day, multiple times a day. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, Steve. Let's end with a bang here. What's nice to meet you. What's here for you?
Nice to meet you as well. I may only have a few minutes, but we'll see. I'm expecting someone. Yes, what's up for me is I have chronic disease, and I release on it from time to time. And what's been coming up in recent weeks is that when I contemplate being free of the disease, it doesn't seem right. A lot of resistance comes up. It's very subtle though, but it always surprises me.
Sorry, what surprises you?
The resistance that I have to it.
Okay, I found this on the web for what's the prices you.
Yeah. What would you like to do with that resistance and that surprise?
I'd like to let it go. I'd like to become more aware of it first and then let it go.
Okay. Will you allow yourself to be more aware of it?
Yes.
Could you let it go?
Yes.
Would you let it go?
Yes.
When?
Now.
I'm going to offer, if it's okay with you, I'm going to offer a different release. Okay. The chronic illness. What's one advantage of it?
I think deep down inside, I like to be a victim, and I think I'm still trying to get the attention of my parents, who've been gone for a while.
They're gone but never gone, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's one disadvantage of this chronic illness?
Well, it could kill and maim me slowly.
Mhm.
Not to be melodramatic, but
What's another disadvantage?
I just want to live a normal life, a normal, healthy life.
Okay. And what is one advantage?
I just want to be free of health problems.
Okay. Well, now when you think about it, what is here for you?
What's here for me? I'm not sure.
Is that okay?
Not much of anything is here.
Is that okay? Is that allowed?
Yes.
You notice that, right? Do you notice that change around the story of the last few weeks? And then when you kind of really just made space for the storytelling to happen, it all just dissolved. In this moment,
Yeah,
what is here for you?
not much of anything is here right now. Quiet, I would say.
Okay. And is that nothingness, the quietness, is that welcome?
Yes,
Could you welcome it some more?
yes,
Even more?
yes,
Could you let that quietness and that nothingness be experienced through your body?
yes,
Even with a chronic illness?
sometimes.
Well, did the chronic illness go away in this moment?
I don't know, but I doubt it.
Right. And were you able to experience nothingness and spaciousness?
Yes, yes, I did.
Could you allow yourself to experience that spaciousness and that nothingness?
Yes,
Could you allow yourself that spaciousness and that freedom, even though you have a chronic illness?
yes,
Could you allow yourself to experience that spaciousness and that nothingness, even though there's a resistance to it at times?
yes.
Is there a little bit more openness to, on your end?
Yes, there is.
Is that okay?
Yes, certainly is.
Could you rest as that?
Could I rest as that? Yes.
Beautiful. How's that?
That's good. I like it.
Accessible at any moment you want. Is that all right?
Yes. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I can't believe it, Stephen.
What do you think? Oh my,
I can't believe it.
quite a call, wasn't it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and I don't have words, but a lot got processed today. A lot got let go today. And I would encourage everybody, myself included. I know that for the next little while, I'm going to be a little bit more gentle with myself, with this body, mind, and lots of triple welcoming, lots of self-compassion, and lots of letting go of wanting things to be different than they really are. I do think that in terms of my work with the Sedona Method, it's also how I came into it. You know, work around grief and sadness seems to be seems to be the thing. I mean, like, do we want to go into the call with Wei because, you know, she makes people cry? I don't know if I like that, but it feels that way. But it's such good crying, people. Like everybody, it got processed, and it's okay. I think it's okay. So let's do this work together. We're walking each other home. We're connecting to lost parts. We're connecting to forgotten parts. We're connecting to a resistance to life for a lifetime. And sometimes it's not even our lifetime. Sometimes it's stuff that got passed on to us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay, but we're here together. Okay, so I'm so pleased, and I'm just so touched. I'm so touched to be in this community, and I appreciate every one of you. Again, gentleness, accessing the peace, accessing the love, and knowing that peace and love also welcomes all the anger, all the sadness, all the stuff that we don't like. It exists in there as well. All right? You know
All
where to
right.
find me. You all know where to find me. Find me if you need, okay? But in the next little while, you are more than self-sufficient. You know how to do this. You have let go of some really significant things today. But if you want it back, you can have it back at any moment. And you're welcome to. All righty?
And if you don't know how to find Wei, I'll put you in touch.
Thank
Anybody
you
who'd like
so
to
much.
unmute and say goodbye and thank you is welcome to do just exactly that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Wei. Thank you.
Bye.